Welcome to the Ionavation Podcast. I'm your host, Entrepreneurship, and here we're joined with...
I'm Jiles Addison.
So, Jiles, tell us, what do you do?
So I'm currently a senior here at Ionavation University, majoring in mass media with a minor in sports business. I'm on the track team, along with having my own podcast called the Young, Dumb, and Broke Podcast with my co-host, Lucas Quintana.
So tell me a little bit about your podcast and what do you do?
So it really started off as an assignment for one of my classes, and then we kind of just branched out and did our own thing. Basically what we talk about is a lot of things that resolve around pop culture, sports, anything that is interesting around people our age, college students, maybe seniors in high school, and fun, entertaining things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, you said you started with an assignment?
Yes.
And then, so how did, was it for an entrepreneurship class, or what class was it?
It was for one of my media classes. We actually had to host one of our podcasts just for the assignment, and I actually really enjoyed it. It was fun being able to write a script, having co-hosts, having guests on the podcast. So I thought, why not do this by myself outside of class and see where it takes me? Okay,
so how would you feel coming from an entrepreneurial standpoint, how would you feel that contributed to your podcast?
I feel like having that podcast gave me the opportunity to express my interests, kind of see, to develop a community. I feel like community is very important because you get to share different ideas with different people, see what people have in common with you, and then also providing different perspectives as well. I think that's really important in building a community and just having people who have similar interests as you. Yeah.
And so I know you mentioned that you're part of track. And so what events do you do in track?
I actually do a lot of things. It's kind of throughout the years I've tried different things and found I'm pretty good at a lot of things. Humbly. But my major events are the 100, 200, now long jump and triple jump.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know you guys practice almost every day. So how would what are the days how do those days go?
So we recently just started working out 5 days a week. We just came off of preseason. We used that time to get stronger and just use the momentum that we had from the summer to carry into the season. So now that we're in practice full time, Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays are more decorated to speed work. That means working on different aspects of the race, including the start, the middle, and the finish of the race. And then in the middle of the week, towards Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's where I focus on jumping, technique, landing, all of those things, so it can help come together.
All right.
Yeah.
And so, what was your favorite event that you've done throughout your entire track history?
Yeah. So coming out of high school, I would say the 100 was my favorite event, but unfortunately I was experiencing some hamstring issues, so it kind of made it difficult for me to love the 100, even the 200 as well. That was one of my favorite things. But now that I've kind of recovered and gone through a little journey mentally, physically, emotionally, I would say right now for me, triple jump is my favorite event.
Triple jump?
Yeah.
And so, because I do volleyball for my sport, right? So when I jump, I'm using, I think, my quads here, and then my not hamstring but calf.
Your calves, yeah.
So I remember you saying that you practice those a lot during your days, right? And so do you do this during your off season whenever it's do you do during the summer?
Yeah, so we do have a summer training program, but the training program is decorated for things that we don't really normally focus on during the regular season. That includes different muscles, including your groin, your back muscles, your hamstrings, all those things. So we kind of use that time to focus on our weaknesses so they can turn into our strengths.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And then, so weaknesses into strengths, right? So we can tie this right back into the podcast where do you think your strengths are in your podcast?
I think some of my strengths are definitely the communication. That's something I've been working on ever since I've been in high school. Being creative, being vocal, projecting my voice, that's one thing that I've also feel like I've worked a lot on, and I feel that's one thing I'm definitely proud of, being vocal and projecting. Yeah.
Okay. And thinking back on sports and everything, what, like, do you watch a lot of sports at all?
Yeah, I do. That's my major. So
Yeah.
I gotta kind of have to be involved in that stuff.
What are your, like, majors, not major, but, like, what's your favorite sports to watch?
Outside of track and field, I would say definitely basketball, a little bit of football. I've been recently trying to get into soccer. I don't have a favorite team right now, but I'm just watching different teams and just seeing which one stands out to me that I can follow. Yeah.
So what's your favorite, like, basketball team?
So it varies. I'm not a bandwagon. Recently in the NBA, there have been a lot of unloyalty when it comes to players and being stuck with one team.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say I have a favorite team, but my favorite player right now is LeBron James.
Of course, the king.
Yeah, the king. So yeah, that would be my answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does sports, like, influence your entrepreneurship? Or
I feel like sports provide a lot of opportunities outside of the sport that you play, whether it's being in front of the camera, setting up new jobs, whether it's marketing, social media. And I feel like that has definitely provided me with a new perspective that you don't have to be just an athlete. You can do things around the sports that is not competing on the field or the court. So I think providing different opportunities allows the connection of sports and entrepreneurship.
Okay. And then for your podcast, right? I know that you have a lot of guests on there. So how would one become a guest onto your podcast?
So right now we don't have like a social media or anything, but I've kind of used the word of mouth, trying to promote my podcast to different people, telling them, hey, I feel like you would be a great addition to the podcast. I feel like your personality, your insight on certain things could make it interesting. So right now I'd say word of mouth, but I'm definitely in the works of eventually creating like a social media platform, things like that. But right now it's word of mouth.
It's word of mouth. So
yeah,
like you say, you walk, like, you go up to people and you would ask, like, hey, you want to join this podcast?
Like some of my friends as well too on the track team. So yeah,
I understand, because one of my friends, Tyler, he does something similar with that too. And so moving on from that, how are your analytics? Like, how do you measure analytics on your podcast?
So right now I'm just trying to stay as consistent as possible. The more consistent you are, helps you, allows you to have that creative flow. So right now I'm just focusing on staying consistent, trying to produce podcasts at least once a week, trying to see if what works for me, what doesn't work for me, trying to see what views, like what type of views are connected to the type of topics I'm talking about, along with the likes as well.
We're going to do an activity.
Okay.
It's called Who's the GOAT? So in this activity, I'm going to list two names.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, like, this name or this name, and you have to pick which person is better and give a brief description of why you think they are the better player.
Okay. Yeah, sounds fun.
Okay. So the first one is Messi or Ronaldo?
Oh, that's a tough one. For now, this might be controversial.
Yeah.
But I might go with Messi.
Messi?
The only reason I'm going with Messi is because I've seen more Messi games compared to Ronaldo.
Yes.
And what I've seen is that he's the GOAT. Ronaldo's the GOAT as well. But because I've seen more Messi clips, more Messi games, I'm going to have to go with him for now. But don't judge me on that. That's just my opinion.
I give you that opinion too, because honestly, I think my brother's favorite player is also Messi. Though my friends will flame me for that.
Yeah, I don't care.
The next people, Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
LeBron. I choose LeBron 10 times out of 10 because he's displayed a level of longevity, leadership for such a long period of time, coming out of high school, skipping college. And I feel like the level of competition LeBron has played against it doesn't compare to Michael Jordan. I have to go with LeBron.
Okay, LeBron. Okay.
Yeah.
Next one, Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes?
I feel like I'm going to go with the new generation, go with Patrick Mahomes, only because he's done so many wonderful things in such a short period of time. Although Tom Brady's beaten him in the Super Bowl a couple of times, I'm going to have to go with Patrick Mahomes for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then next one, this one I find like a little more like, for me it was a little more challenging. Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson?
To be honest, I'm not really a boxing fan, but whenever I play Fight Night, the video game, if you guys don't know, it's a really fun video game. So if you guys don't know about it, check it out. I would have to go with Mike Tyson, only because I feel like for boxing, you have to have a level of insanity. And the stories that I've heard about Mike Tyson is just It's kind of crazy, especially
Yes.
the one when he bit his ear off.
Yeah.
That guy's ear off. So I'm gonna have to say Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
For me, I picked Mike Tyson too because I was like, I wasn't too big a fan, but I remember watching it a lot when I was a kid with my dad and everything. And so it was really fun to watch it.
Yeah, yeah.
The next people are Serena Williams or Naomi Osaka.
I'm gonna say Serena Williams for now, but Naomi Osaka has a really promising career. Her resume is not comparable to Serena Williams, but she's getting there.
Yeah.
So I have to say Serena Williams.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then for women's basketball, we got Sue Bird and Diana
Taurasi. I'm not really in tune with the WNBA. Don't flame me for that. I'm trying to get into it. My sister's a big WNBA fan, so I'm trying to get more involved. But if I had to guess, I would have to go with Sue Bird for now.
Sue Bird?
Yeah.
Okay. I also don't keep up with them as much as I probably should too.
Yeah.
But I picked Sue Bird too.
Yeah.
And then for the last one, we have Stephen Curry versus Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson. Those are two great players. They've revolutionized the game of basketball in their own unique way. That's a tough one. I'm gonna go with Steph Curry, only because I feel like his 3-point record, I don't think anyone's gonna break it. Magic Johnson has a really decorated resume when it comes to championships and being a leader, but I'm gonna have to go with Steph Curry.
Steph Curry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it for the activity, right?
That's fun.
And so, how do you talk about this stuff, like the players, a lot on your podcast?
Yeah, I'd say so. We kind of talk about current topics in the NBA. That's my favorite, so I tend to lead towards the NBA more. We talk about players, teams, analytics, finals projection. So yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
What type of content besides sports do you also talk on? Yeah.
We also talk about pop culture.
Pop culture.
I'm big on music. I love Drake. I love Gunna. Travis Scott. Those are all great artists that we talk about. We also talk about shoes. I've slowly developed a shoe collection, so we talk about a lot of shoes on the podcast. We also tend to talk about people's stories and what makes them unique and helps them stand out. I feel like that's different important, and I feel like a podcast is definitely a platform that allows people to share the message and for different people to hear their story.
I know you mentioned music. I know you've mentioned like all these other categories where you talk about it, right? But going back to the music, like who's your favorite artist for one?
For right now, I will have to say Gunna.
Gunna?
He's been my number one for a while. I went to his concert back in 2023, and it was just a great time.
Okay.
So I definitely have to say Gunna.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, how do you feel like the music has also like kind of influenced you in terms of like person as well as entrepreneurship?
Yeah. Music is one of those things where it gives you a platform as well to share your story, regardless of what you're going through. It gives you an opportunity to say things unapologetically, and that can build a community. And I feel like being an entrepreneur, it helps you solve a specific problem that either you're going through or someone's going through, and that builds community as well. So I feel like that idea of having community, it goes hand in hand with a lot of different things.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I agree with that because honestly, community is definitely built through also music. I know for like Hispanic culture, there's a lot of people who connect through music. And then so like with me, for example, I honestly get connected through music a lot with like my friends and family, where either I'm trying to figure out like what's the vibe for everyone, like in the car ride, let's say I'm driving and I want to make sure everyone's like listening to, you know, good tunes.
Yeah.
And then either we're all going to be like singing to white girl music, or we're all going to be rapping to like, for example, my favorite artist is A Boogie. So or we all rapping to him.
Yeah.
And so I agree with that. Wait, so networking for it, like your podcast, right? I know we talk about, have you ever collabed with any other podcast?
We have not. That's actually a great idea. That's something I've never really thought about. So thank you for bringing that idea. But I feel like definitely in the future, trying different things and collabing with different podcasts would definitely help bring our audience for both my podcast and whoever I bring onto the show as well.
So what's next on your podcast?
As I mentioned, consistency is key. So I'm just going to continue to develop different ideas, different perspectives that I can not just carry in college, but outside of college. As I mentioned, I'm a senior as well, so my time is slowly ticking. But definitely some of the skills that I've learned from my classes I can apply to the podcast as well. So hopefully I could have the opportunity to get my own equipment, meet different people outside of college, and just continue to build that community, those fans that love to tune into the podcast, and hopefully it could be something big one day.
Thank you for joining us today, and thank you again for being our guest speaker.
Thank you for having me.
I've been your host, Andrew Bagan. For more content like this, please sure to like and subscribe at Hynes Institute and follow us on social media.